يا هلا والله مرحبتين برالي القصيم.
Welcome to Qassim, a legendary round of the Saudi Toyota Championship, whose status is quite rightly of global significance. A beautiful blend of the ancient and modern, this place has been a meeting point for traders and travellers for centuries. Now it is rally raiders who gather. Win here and your name carries far beyond Saudi Arabia, the home of the Dakar Rally. Let there be no doubt, this is a special place. Time for us to see what Qassim 2024 brings. Day one is a prologue, short but potential for mistakes, a 7-kilometre technical challenge, get it right or go home. Next up, the full-on racing begins. Stage 1 has 238 kilometres of mixed terrain where even the very best will be pushed. And the final day, the run for home. But take care. Sign up for one of the finest rallies on the planet, brought to us by one of the best organising committees, not just in desert racing, but in motorsport generally. The Saudi Automobile and Motorcycle Federation, we thank you. Everybody knows that the championships could be won here, and history shows us that if you go well in Qassim, you're in charge of your own destiny. A wonderful atmosphere ahead of the racing where friends and rivals gather, ultimately to do battle.
Maximum attack.
Qassim Baha, full gas.
A dream of a place with nightmares for the unwary. Even championship leaders know that here nothing can be taken for granted.
I'm very blessed to be in my position right now, leading the championship. I think everybody who enters is an opponent. Everybody has a chance, you know. As long as you show up on the line, you have a chance.
Get the little things right and wonderful things happen. A place for everything and everything in its place is the mantra of any scrutineer. This safety-first approach has served the Saudi Toyota Championship extremely well. Making sure all is correct mechanically means competitors have the confidence to fully commit out on course, allowing them to feel dialed in and ready to give everything. Excitement is a given, especially here, where the course is a regular highlight of the Dakar Rally itself. It is very special indeed, and so are the contenders.
Qassim is an excellent race because the terrain is very diverse. It's always, of course, a learning experience with this car, and with any car, you will always get more knowledge and, hopefully increase your level with every drive.
Round 3 of the Saudi Toyota Championship. Let's go racing. Wins up. Let's meet the field. 30 cars, 18 motorcycles, including 6 quads, set to take on 3 days of action that will crown the king or queen of Qassim. Just a short blast, you say? Well, every year it means trouble for somebody, and this day, would it be the same? A high-speed racing special of just 7 kilometres. It may be called a prologue, but for some, it will feel like an epilogue. Don't get it wrong, or else. Some say a prologue tests the nerves more than the machines. Bike times are magnified by a coefficient of 8 to establish gaps ahead of Friday's stage. So small margins could become huge.
Ready for full gas.
All right, let's see what you got. Al-Shaban could not afford to take it easy. He needs a fabulous result here in Qassim if he's to keep any hope alive of a title shot. All in he went in the prologue. 5th place, his reward 22 seconds down, but multiplied by 8 for tomorrow. Al-Maghira is 14 points down in the championship, lying in 2nd place overall. He needs not only to shadow Al-Balushi, but to beat him. And today, a small dose of caution perhaps. 4th home, 18 seconds off the pace. Well, the quads were mixing it nicely with the two-wheelers. Al-Tuwajri on hand, great form, brought him a 10-point margin in the standings. Could he bridge it? 3rd quickest today, 16 seconds off the pace. Well, there's always surprises in this game, and today we got one. Hanno Geyser. On board a Calibri Rally replica, well, today the South African went really real. Runner-up in the prologue and flying through the course, 16 seconds off the win. Wearing number 1 can be a bit of a target on your back, but for Mohamed Al-Balushi, he can cope with anything this sport throws at him. Assured and quick he was, top of the standings again, showing why he leads the motorcycle class.
Very happy to finish the prologue. Now tomorrow the actual rally starts. Today was a lot of fun. Sprinting in front of the crowd is amazing. Everybody was cheering us and it's good motivation. Al Qassim rally is always special.
Modest prologue margins magnified by 8 with 2 days of full-on racing to come. A great leveler today. Tomorrow will be different. Stars in their cars living their dreams.
All right, let's start Rally Qassim.
And we did, with a bang. Today the Can-Ams went superbly, showing that over a tight and twisty stage, the lighter vehicles can bully. Al Harbi was brilliant, second in the SSVs and punching well. 43 seconds given away, but 5th in the draw tomorrow, he'll take that. Hariri is well placed to challenge for the class title with a good result this weekend, and he got off to a terrific start, 4th quickest, just 40 seconds down on the fastest out there, smoothly through. Danny Akil loves to battle convention and was determined as ever to show her boss at Overdrive Racing what she's got. Akil is a threat to everyone here. As the terrain gets tough, she just gets going. 3rd home today, 28 seconds down. Miroslav Zapletal is a regular Baja Dubai contender. He's here to make an impression, and he did today. Blasting home in the Ford T150, the Czech almost checked out with the win, just 17 seconds down. 2nd home, wonderful. Yassid Al-Raji is our defending champion. He and his German navigator Timo Gottschalk are aiming to win the Saudi Toyota Championship yet again. They have a 21-point lead over Salah Al-Saif, who's not racing here, so all the more important to go well. And Al-Raji did just that. Genius at work.
It's good for us, it's a good vlog. I think for me better than last year, is more technical, we like it. And Timo do a great job like always, and everything going well with us.
Times for the cars neutralised, the prologue setting positions only for the cars tomorrow, which is very, very good news for Annette Quant and Can-Am. She and Annie Seal towed out of the course today with gearbox troubles. They will start last tomorrow, but without penalty, yet plenty of dust to chew on. Rally Qassim is underway with 2 days of spectacular racing still to come. We can't wait. Second day of action in Qassim and the longest stage of this year's rally. Designed to be a mix of almost every kind of terrain, rocks, riverbeds, dunes and mixed technical zones. Truly the very best of Rally Raid, all wrapped up as a gift for the fans. And a mighty challenge for the competitors. A total of 384 kilometres to be completed, including a racing special of 238, a seriously difficult day of racing, a stage to remember, and for some, one to forget. An early start for the riders with over 60% of the Qassim Rally's total distance to be completed before sunset. But what goal?
I want to open now because this year there's nothing for me really to gain. So there's no point in me trying to win these rallies. So I just want to try and learn as much as I can this year, and then next year I'll come full force.
Well, we've been warned. A gathering storm predicted for the weekend. Cold weather gear on display.
I'm coaching this guy, so I'm not going to be a champion. Maybe I had a small chance at some point, but I think my time is gone. But I see myself in him, and I think he's on the right track.
Time to head for the horizon and beyond. Al-Shaban was 4th in the prologue, but looked fully committed. Today he was like the finest coffee, smooth and strong and full of flavour. 7th home and running in the top 5 after penalties for others. Geyser needed to repeat the prologue feat, live up to the billing, and he did. The young South African is no flash in the pan. An old head on young shoulders with a very bright future. 6 overall with a day to go. Al Ali has won the Rally Jeddah before in this championship. Never to be underestimated, the UAE rider is a very clever pilot. Uses the right power at the right time. His vast experience paying dividends. 5th today, 4th overall. Al Tuajri leads the quad class, but how safe is a 10-point advantage? Pretty strong by his performance today. Long days take a toll on the quads. It's a rough ride, but he smoothed it out. Terrain was beautiful, he said, with some rainy clouds. Very enjoyable. Always lovely to be here in Qassim. Al Mughira is a title challenger every year, it seems. Currently sitting second to Al Balushi in the title race. He needs to better his rival here in Qassim and do it again in December. Today he pushed to close the gap. 4 minutes and 57 separates them. Well, things could have got a lot better for Al Shati. While spanking his Kawasaki through all terrain, became a blistering second, giving away just 2 minutes and 27, or so he thought, and then a late penalty for speeding dropped him down to 6th. Al Balushi leads the Saudi Toyota Rally Championship by 14 points, and the way he's riding, his margin looks safe. Mr. 100% did it again.
There was no way to open and make time. There's no way. Look at the guys in the front. They all, I think it was wrong decision to open.
There are gaps. There are chances. But who will take them? One of the great things about the Saudi Toyota Championship is the compressed nature of the rally. So everyone knows that here in Qassim, any mistakes are magnified. Even over a racing distance of 238 kilometers, take care, take time if you can.
But yes.
Everybody knew the importance of this long day. Checks and double checks the norm, as well as a bit of fan interaction, of course. And then, down to business. Not such a sweet day for M&M Hariri, running beautifully at first before a collapsed dune introduced itself. These cars and competitors are tough, and they have to be. The Dark Horse team will think they could have had better luck. SSV class leader only 14th. Well, without the T2's Rally Raid would lose its core competitors. It's a class that sometimes punches well above its weight, and it happened today. Soufiane Al Omer pushed his Nissan Patrol to the limit and found a great way home, unpicking the stage to finish 10th. The rain was on other people's parade. Al Shamari proving that even those who run amongst the best can get it wrong. No excuse for getting trapped on the top of a dune. A lateral approach avoids it. 7th in the prologue. Lost time today and left the race. Well, the Callams had a ball out there, thriving on the highly technical prologue, of course. But who would come out on top of this? Well, we've seen Barak Hashab in both Hail and Tabuk. Normally a little cautious. Today he went all in. A hill climber, giant dunes, you know. So happy on the soft stuff. 6 home, same overall. Al Harbi, an infectious love of rallying. Never stopped smiling. And today the grin was bigger than ever. He had a tough start to his career, but it's coming good at just the right time. He looks set for a top 5 here in Qassim. A happy man indeed.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult. And the first stage, it's very, very difficult. The second stage is good flat. You can speed too much. Yeah, I'm full speed.
Al Haidan was storming through the field of the SSVs, top of the class, 4th overall. He had a chance to take advantage and did so. A brilliant run in the hottest of battles out there. Once you've dealt with the traffic, of course. Well, famed for their long suspension travel, the Ford F-150s. They used to wallow a bit out there, but not anymore. Fully dialed in, they could be the perfect ship of the desert. And in the hands of Miroslav Zaplatal, they fly. Another great performance from the Baja specialist. Delia Kiel is quick and clever, and today she finessed the course. Finding early pace like no other, she led at the first checkpoint. None of her rivals reported problems. She was simply the best in the morning. Second on the day and overall.
A lot of fun, nice tracks, some nice dunes. I enjoyed it a lot, and some fast twisty parts at the end. So we had a bit of everything.
Al Raji may have a highly effective teammate in the 201 car, but he also has an amazing partner inside number 200. Timo Gottschalk is phenomenal. Vastly experienced, he sets out the plan for Al Raji to deliver.
We do it well, me and Timo, that's most important, and learn a lot with the new setup to ready for Dakar, that's most important.
Yacine and Timo look destined to successfully defend their title. Superb. Just one day remains here in Qassim. The run for home, always dramatic. Bring it on. The final day of the Qassim Rally, and no time to dwell on what has been. Whatever cards you have to play, it's time to go all in, maybe off the deep end. There is rain. A run for home always hides a few traps, but a wet 120 kilometers of racing special maybe has more. Let's see. Time to take on the final stage of Qassim 2024. Take care, everybody. It was not nice out there. Not nice at all. Riders are used to being uncomfortable. It's the nature of the game, but a whole new element to factor in.
What a beautiful day!
They tried to stay warm and as dry as possible before the off.
You go right, I do the camera work.
Shivers aplenty. Tea, the only medicine.
It's too cold. No, but it's another good experience to have. It's not a fun experience, but it's good to experience it.
Time to put the tea down and go to work, with some wise advice ringing in their ears.
Guys, sorry for the delay. We want to work for your safety, and we wanted to check all the route before.
Safety first from the marshals, a comfort.
Well,
I'm ahead in the quads by 6 minutes, so the aim is not to make too many mistakes and arrive safely at the finish line. Sometimes easier said than done. Course declared safe, we race. Errors aplenty, but for those who held onto the bars, the rewards were huge. Aishaban, 12th on the day, class winner here in Qassim, a never say die attitude paid off brilliantly. And how life can bite. A crash in the final stage blew a hole in the victory hopes of Al Tuwaijri. He lost 20 minutes, runner-up in class, 9th overall. Hamdan Al-Ali set his stall out brilliantly here and was backing it up before trouble struck. Out the back door, tumbling from 4th to 16th, showing just how difficult this game is. Carrying a 4-minute penalty for speeding, Al-Shati dialed it down today, blistering when he needed to be though. Super effective, top 5 place for the Kawasaki rider, job well done. Michel Al-Kanim, he knows that consistency is the name of the game. Never out of the top 10, another strong run from Mr. Reliable, snatching the final stage victory. He ends 4th overall. Hanno Geza is a spectacular prospect, and he's showing it here. He keeps on performing, and who knows what is possible. Runner-up on the stage, a remarkable podium. Al-Maghira, ever mindful it is possible to push too hard, he flew as close as the hidden sun dared. No burnt wings, 4th on the day, He's our rally runner-up. Al-Balushi. His 5-minute advantage began to slide as others caught him. No panic, kept it safe. Wins by 3 minutes overall. Hero.
The guys behind me, they all catch me, but I know it is in the hand. No need to take unnecessary risk. I'm very happy to win the Al Qassim.
And win it in style. He did. Genius. Troubling conditions, perhaps less of an issue for the cars. Certainly more smiles from those who work indoors, you might say. Even those with no windows at least have a seat. Time to finish the job.
We opened the road today and we try to make it the good line. I hope everything going well.
And we hoped it would be going well for everybody. Sufyan Al-Omer makes his Nissan Patrol spin through the desert. It looks like a much more agile machine in his hands, pushing in all the right places, solid again today, into the top 10. His name on the Qassim class title. Troubles on day one settled down beautifully. Al Haidan in this tight SSV battle. Supreme on the longest day, backed it up today. Class winner.
It's good. All the stages, speed, full speed, but as you know, when you go full speed, that means should be more focus to not lose the anyway.
Al Harbi has been amazing here in Qassim. Dead center of the SSV battle, fighting both dunes and rivals. It comes naturally to him. 5th overall, top of the class. We thank him. What a show it was. Thanks, Peter God, he says. We are happy. Very nice. Really enjoyed ourselves today. I think I'm first in T3. He was right. Fastest T3 on the final stage, though. Had nothing to lose. Total commitment in the absence of the dark horse chief Al-Saif. Al-Dakhil wanted to bring honour to the team, and he did. Solid top 10 in the general ranking. Al-Moshna burning up the course today in the heavily adapted T1 Nissan. He made a big statement just off the stage podium. 4th it was, 8th overall. It was quite a show. The fans braved the showers and were truly rewarded. Miroslav Zaplatal came here on a raiding mission. His Ford F-150 shows the move over from Baja racing can be smooth and powerful. A worthy podium here in Qassim for the Czech. Brilliant, along with Marek Zikora, his co-driver. An amazing driver is Dania Kiel. Hugely competitive. She could have won this race with just one more day, maybe. Brilliant once again. Just 61 seconds off the stage win and runner-up in Qassim. There can be no denying the powerhouse pairing that is Al-Raji and Timo Gottschalk. Never troubled, this phenomenal pairing just blew through the field, confident and classy. They've done it again.
We are happy, we do it well, everything going well with us, and we finished the 3rd round of championship, Saudi Championship. We win each one, that's most important, and I hope continue our last one in Jeddah and we win Saudi Championship.
And it looks likely. Look at the margin. 6 minutes and 3, he takes the title to the rest of the field. Thanks to everyone who's brought us this fabulous Rally of Qassim. Just one round of the Saudi Toyota Championship remains.
See you in Jeddah soon, very soon.